From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he slips through an opening. Winds up getting about 8. That is past the 40-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 2. Here's Goff. That's going to be incomplete. Good work. The defender bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. They get the conversion on 3rd down. It was a gain of 27.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Goff to throw on 1st down. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. That's another 1st down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Lions 1st down.
Goff gives it to Gibbs. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
It's now 2nd and 6.
It is 2nd and 6. Williams in motion. A 2nd down throw for Goff. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from football. And it'll bring us 3rd down.
6 yards.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
7th play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Goff. He's got his big tight ends. Sam Laporta. Touchdown, Detroit. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year.
And this is certainly what they've wanted to do all season long, and it's a huge reason, Mike, for this winning streak. Their ability to jump teams early and play with a lead. Everything is so much easier for the coach, for the offense, for the defense. Playing with a lead in the NFL is the ultimate position to be in.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And he's going to bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Throwing to begin is Love. The catch is made. This is Tucker Kraft. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
First and 10.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
It's a gain of
That's another quick first down. That's a 25-yard gain.
I think it's clear this is something this offense wants to major in, the ability to run the ball effectively against this defense. And after that big gain, you have to imagine they're going to come back to it and dare him to stop it.
He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Big lineman Aline McNeil ends the play there.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7. At the 41-yard
From
line.
the 41, here's second down and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
Intended for Josh
Defense
Jacobs.
got lucky on that one. There's no one accounting for the running back out of the backfield as they should have, and fortunately for them, he bails him out by not securing the catch.
From the gun, it's Love. And that is incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And that'll set up fourth down.
Fourth down.
And his passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
This one not going to get there. From distance, it is no good. And they are not able to draw closer.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and 8. Goff to throw. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be third down.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
From the gun, on third down, it's gone. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
That is on the 8-yard line. 2nd and 8.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Clearly the plan on offense was to establish the run a little bit on this drive, Mike, but the defense is having none of it. First and second down stop, no gain. Now it brings up a 3rd and long. We'll see if they try something else.
Valuable lesson, man. I had to grow. That's why I never asked for help.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. To throw is Love. Is a short one caught by Krabs. Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker. It's going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So 4th down, and Ryan Wright on to punch it away as he's standing right around his own goal line. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. Down the field, he's got St. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
That's good for a Lions. 1st down. It's a gain of 25 yards. 1st down, Detroit.
Williams in motion. So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Lions who have the early lead. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And he's into the end zone. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. Now the extra point. Through the rain, the kick is good. And the Lions move out on top, 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And he will sit on it here in the end zone for a touchback.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4.
So his team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
On 2nd down, Love. Forced out wide. He'll get rid of it and complete it. They're going to work this down inside the 45. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Packers.
First and 10.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
To number 11, Jalen Reeves. Out of bounds at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
From the 35, here's second and 2. The middle with Jacobs. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. First down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Well, it's been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Made there by Watson. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
A gain of 9 brings up third and 2.
Love to throw. That one caught. He finds Golden. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
They'll run the toss to Jacobs. He is met and dropped. He yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, they're able to get you down for a loss. So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Chad Ryland on now for the field goal. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Packers are on the board just before halftime.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he looks past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
We'll come to the line now on second and 2. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
And the Lions first down. A gain of 3 on the play. First down.
Williams
Lions.
in motion. On first down, it's gone. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target. It's second down. Back to the air, it's Goff. Plus, to his right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. We've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9.
It is second and 9. Once again, it's Gibbs. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. The Lions call their first timeout. And the stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the first half clock.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Now Detroit's going to use their second timeout, and they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
On the run to the right. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it will fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
Third and long. Williams in motion. Throwing here is Goff. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
He's got to do a better job using his eyes, Mike. He's just not manipulating the defense at all by looking off the defenders. And at this level of ball, if you just continue to stare down your primary read, you're going to lead the defenders right to the ball, and he's lucky this one just fell incomplete.
That is not going to do it. Tried to fight off a lot with that one. It's no good. And their lead will stay right where it is. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they get the timeout. Second and 10. Here's Love. He'll take a shot for Watson. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the safety, Kirby Joseph. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Now an opening past the 30. And he finally gets forced out of bounds, but that was a fantastic return.
Let's take over first and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On the ground, it's Jacobs. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 11. First down, Packers.
For Virginia Beach, first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard
Now
line.
Love, rolling right. Now he'll run it, and he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on first down. A pickup of 7.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Third down. 3 to go. Here's Love. Not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looks like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable. Incomplete on that third down try. Now brings up fourth and short.
He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Packers cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
Chad Ryland to kick off.
So Ryland now, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Quickly out to Williams. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 43-yard line.
They hand it to Gibbs. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. First down, Detroit.
And with that run, this back is closing in on almost 100 yards for the game today, Mike. He's had a lot of those good chunk plays. This defense has not had a great answer for him so far.
They'll come up here, first and 10. Here's a designed run. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 11-yard line. A long one from Gibbs. It's a gain of 34.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
On first and 10, here's Goff. Flush to his right. This one on at the 4. To the goal line and in. Amon-Ra, safe two-point attempt to follow. He's got it. And the Lions extend it to a 21-6 advantage. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the end zone. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. He'll let this one rip. Looking for Watson. That's going to be incomplete. Covering very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down. Throwing is Love. There's Kraft, the tight end. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or two short.
An 8-yard gain. It's fourth down.
On fourth down, Love. Open is Kraft. He's got it. And he will have the first down. Needing to make something happen. Trailing here in the third quarter. They convert on fourth down.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now, Jacobs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Open is the tight end, Kraft. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
Third and 2.
Here's Love to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
Packers first down.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And Dobbs open left side. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Pickup of the 11 yards on that one. First down, Packers.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Love out to his right, and he'll just protect the football, go down and take the sack.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the gun, it's Love. Pass caught right side by Kraft. Look at the big man go. And he will score. Tucker Kraft. Touchdown, Virginia Beach. Ryland's kick here is good. And the Packers are back within one score. It is an 8-point game. TD. He'll send this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Gibbs. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On to the 4th quarter, and it begins with a run by Gibbs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Well, that 2nd down play call is not real fancy, but at this point, Mike, they're in a battle with the clock. How much time can they run off and try to protect this lead? But now it brings up a pretty interesting 3rd down. Can they keep the ball and finish this thing on offense, or are they going to have to punt it away and have their defense finish the game?
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Moving to his right, and that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you would love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
I hit that a little too well. It lands a couple of yards in the end zone for a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They go play action with Love. To the left side, and he finds Pratt. And he'll be out of bounds up at the 30-yard line. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a 1st down.
1st and 10.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
Ball on the 35. Here comes a 2nd and 5. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Here we go. 3rd and a yard. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going, and whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass. Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
On 1st and 10, here comes Jacobs. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, Packers.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
On 1st down, it's Love. Moving outside the pocket. Now he'll run. And he'll get about 6 out of that one before being forced out of bounds.
The key to a good quarterback scramble, Mike, is knowing when it's time to go from a thrower to a runner. And that's exactly what we saw here. Doesn't get the first down, but he's able to pick up some really positive yards and then get out of bounds.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. This one is caught by Reed. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. First down, Packers.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout.
At the 18-yard line.
To throw is Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
10 more yards. Complete to Jacob Reed.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And I don't think he got there. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now you're looking at 3rd down.
No gain on the play.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Hook him up on a 2nd down and 8. Laporta in motion. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And a nice game, getting this to about the 23-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Lions first down.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
First down, and they stick with Gibbs. Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. Running very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
On second down, it's Gibbs. Boom, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
3rd and 5. Now Gibbs. And he'll be taken down. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not. Things are pretty much spoken for. The Lions will punt this ball away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. He'll return it from the 11. And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20. Here is 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Down the field there, but it falls incomplete. He was trying to connect with Matthew Golden that time. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Love. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. And the Lions have just about sewn up this football game.
And with time not on their side, they're trying to push the ball, generate some sort of chunk play by throwing the ball over the top of the defense. It's going to end up being a little bit too predictable. The defense is able to take the ball away, and barring something crazy happening, puts them in a prime position to close this one out.
From the gun, here's Gibbs.
Number 0, Jameer Gibbs, the ball carrier.
So a win for the visitors, the Lions. And that's now 4 victories in a row as they continue to play as well as anyone in the NFL. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night, everybody.